Welcome back everyone, my name is Eltimar and we're going to be continuing our Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. This is our good campaign, and where it left off last time we had talked with Kyrieru. We're hoping to stop a fight between him and Ramien, and we also have a midnight bolt that we're picking up. The owner of this bolt can shoot it to deal 50 points of damage that can't be ignored or reduced. It cannot miss. We also didn't accept the Aeon Mythic path, because that's a neutral path, and we are not a neutral character. There's a lot of enemies here. So many enemies. And caused Sela to wander off. That's bad. Okay, we're gonna keep trying to get rid of all these stupid things. And there's more clerics coming in. Everyone's at healing already. Give him his mutant, why not? Get that cleric. This is going fine. There we go, only one guy left. Sela apparently is fine and has come back, and we're going to pick up some loot. And eventually we can just leave. Oh wait, hang on, there was something else there. Back to that loot screen. That person has magical half-plate. Half-plate plus 1. Actually, 2 people have half-plate plus 1. Nice. We're going to equip that on some people. Not her, but her. She gets half-plate plus 1, which gives her 25 armor class. And she can't wear half-plate, nor can he. So one person got half-plate plus 1, which gave her 2 more hit points, or 2 more armor points, so I will call that a victory.
Follow me.
We're also pretty close to a level up, I believe, 700 experience or so away.
Can't hide from me.
This says, judging by the size of the bloodstain, the body of something truly enormous is dragged over these stones, trying to live, most likely. A rift in the earth left by Discari's massive scythe. You and your companions fell through here during the attack. This is actually where we were.
March on.
When we fell, we were sort of on, over there, like over here somewhere. And unfortunately, we're pretty low on life, so we may have to rest one more time before going
Yet another obstacle.
much further. Especially because rats are annoying. They're not attacking us yet. They're going to. Actually, they haven't attacked us yet, which is kind of nice. Now they are. Come on, hit him faster. Camellia went down, and so did Woljif, but now it's fine. Everything is okay. These people were not killed by demons, their mortal wounds were inflicted by ordinary weapons. Traitorous cultists.
Onwards. What's that?
Oh, found some hidden loot behind this cart. A couple pieces of jade and an emerald. Nice.
Let us be off.
I hear things talking. There's a stranger up here. The absence of an answer is an answer to... Oh, right. That is a side quest that we're going to be dealing with later on. Talk to the antsy tiefling. Watch it, watch it. What are you goons doing? You'll bloody crush me. A young tiefling lies trapped in a collapsed section of tunnel. Another 2 tieflings scramble around trying in vain to free him from the rubble. Quit whining. Hey, alarm, someone's coming. Maybe she'll help us. Wise up, would you, before he gets killed. Let's make a run for it while we still can. No, come on, don't leave me here, I'll die here. Hey guys, I see you're in a bit of a jam. Give a load of this lot, and no escort either. Woljif, you little shit. Why are you not dead yet? And who's that with you? They're friends of mine, great guys. Woljif turns to you, and out of the corner of his mouth says, listen, do me a solid. Help them drag his sorry carcass free. They'll repay you, cross my heart. Alright, let's try and help them get out of the rubble. No idea if we succeeded or not, but we'll find out very quickly. We did. You easily clear the rubble and free the trapped tiefling. Whew, I'm alive, and all in one piece, give or take. Thank you, I'll remember your kindness for the rest of my life. The free tiefling turns to his companions, and you 2 clowns, I don't want to hear a word out of you. Get into the tunnel now. One trip just to the Great Garrison and back. Don't be a coward, it's not going to collapse. Go on. Or else we came all this way for nothing. That ended well, didn't it? Not now, talk later. The tiefling eyes you and elbows his chatty companion in the ribs, causing him to double over in pain. Sounds very suspicious to me. Come clean, who are you? Alright, don't hurt us. People call us the tieflings. We kind of skirt around the edges of the law. That's how we make our living. Say some tyrant bans books that show stuff he doesn't like, or fancy Keonan wine he doesn't drink. Is it wrong if we step in to fill the gap in the market? If there's a demand for it, someone's gotta sell it. Don't go thinking we're gangsters or anything. Our only concern is about making the lives of citizens easier. For a little coin. People in the city can't even breathe without breaking some stupid regulation or restriction. Take this tunnel that collapsed on top of our friend, for instance. It leads straight into the great garrison. Thanks to it, any soldier whose throat's feeling a little dry, or who's needing some nighttime reading material, we can get all the things for them that his heartless superiors refuse to. We're providing a public service. I helped you, now you can help me, and Commander Tyrabade save Kenabris. The militia needs people with various skills, even ones as unusual as yours. You what? Are you blind or something? The tiefling points at his horns and tail. You know what people call us? Aurelius Spawn, and that's one of the nicer nicknames. Crusaders and tieflings don't mix. We'll be torched on sight. Whoa, Tyrabade. Earbeth Tyrabade from the Eagle Watch? Lads, we have to help her. She's one of the only big shots in the town that actually treats us with any decency. Why should we risk our necks for the Crusaders? Because Earbeth risked her neck for ours. She saved me from that creep Holrun, yanked me straight out of his torture chamber. Only a worthless Torag would refuse to help her after that. No, I'm not listening to any more of this. The tiefling makes a show of covering his ears. You do what you want. I'm heading for the River Kingdoms. Go on then. I'm going with the Crusaders. I'm going to round up the others to help. The tiefling smirks. We made some good money in the city. Be ashamed to surrender our meal ticket to the demons, but enough yammering? So long. Tieflings have now joined the Crusaders. And we are so close to a level.
Let's move.
Like one fight from a level. We are also one fight from instant death because our hit points are so low, but we'll see how that goes. It's gonna go badly. We're gonna die right now. Probably. Maybe not. It's actually going... Nope, we're down. Come on. Woljeff is down. We can make it. Our group is fine. We got this. Come on. Somebody hit that guy. That should level us up, I think. Not quite. How close are we? Seriously? One experience? Oh, that is too funny and horrible at the same time. Despite all the city's troubles, the statue of Arendae towers proudly over the street. You would have thought that that would have been one of the first things they killed or destroyed. We could climb down this mobility check, but let's just go quickly verify that we didn't miss anything over here in this little corner area. So I have the runniest of noses today. Still getting over a cold, very annoying. I think this is just a zone transition, but there might be loot. Oh, there's also this guy, right? Count Arendae's servant. Thank the gods, I found someone who isn't fleeing in a panic. Are you Crusaders? Mercenaries? The comely half-elf is so frightened he can barely get the words out. I'm a servant of Count Darren Kale Nevis Arendae. My lord's mansion is under attack by demons. The master himself and all guests are trapped inside, and the house guards are nowhere to be found. I managed to escape through a servant's passage to look for help. Will you help me? The mansion's only a stone throws away on the next street over. He meets your gaze with pleading eyes. Count Arendae. I've seen him a few times before, from afar. He looked highly audacious. I confess he did capture my attention, but that's neither here nor there. We should help him. The gratitude of a rich and influential man can only benefit us. And there's our level 9 whole experience. You've heard about the Arendae family before. This wealthy and noble Mandevian dynasty was almost wiped out by demons more than 10 years ago. The last surviving member of the family, a young Count Darren, has an infamous reputation. He's well known for being a rake and a rogue. Misfortune continues to dog the house of Arendae, I see. Servant cringes, you're telling me. Everyone tried to talk me out of taking up the position, saying it can't have just been bad luck that brought tragedy down on the family and almost killed off the line. But I reasoned that since my master was the only one to survive the calamity, that Mountaid must be blessed by fate and the powers of good. The pay was nothing to sniff at either. The servant cast his eyes around the street. I should have listened to people smarter than me and gone to work somewhere else, preferably far away from Kenabris. What happened? I'll tell you what I can. I was working from dusk till dawn, back to dusk again, serving guests at the Count's banquet. When the other servants came to relieve me at my post, I went to sleep. Next thing I know, I wake up and there's demons inside the mansion. Couldn't even reach the Count. The monsters had blocked the way. The Count's banquet was still going on. He and his guests were in the great hall. As far as I can tell, the door to the room was sealed and the demons couldn't get in. I'm begging you. Hurry, the mansion's doors are sturdily built. The demons will have to work hard to get past them, so you still have time to rescue the people inside. What will I get if I help this count of yours? Demanding a reward for fighting demons? That is dishonorable and foolish too, since demons are the enemy of each and every one of us. Today we selflessly help someone to thrash the demons, and tomorrow someone will help us. Talking about a humble workman or soldier, I'd be the first to say we ought to help, because it's the right thing to do. Some filthy rich aristocrat with a mansion, he wants our services, he can pay for them. I'm trying to imagine how the cave tribes could have survived if we had a small group of freeloaders sitting pretty on their inherited wealth doing nothing while the rest of us starved. I'm sure the Count will reward you handsomely for any rescue. Alright, I'll help. Where's the house? It's not far at all. You're better off entering from the next street over through the passage I used to get out. Help, I'm begging you. Hate to think what the Count will do to me if I don't bring back help. And we can finally level up. Next level of Quarterstaff Master, we're gonna dump our points into Strength because it's the most important thing. Weapon Finesse does not work with Quarterstaves. It doesn't do anything, so just as a heads up. And that was a very uneventful level for her. She's needs a level of... She's got her Vivisectress level, so Bard level 2. I think I'm just going to go Strength with her for now. We probably will dip into Charisma to get her +1 there, but for now it's fine. And we get a bunch of skill points. I don't know why I'm giving her Trickery. We have Camellia. Give her a little bit of athletics so she's not so terrible at it. I don't have a weapon focus with her yet, and I'm not sure what I want it to be. We could remove her shield and give her, well, no, because we want her to use Radiance, probably. And she's doing, well, she's got a huge arcane spell failure with a shield. We could give her a glaive. We have several very good glaives that we could give her. And she'd be pretty good with them because she has martial weapon proficiency, thanks to being a paladin. Let's do that. It's not a terrible idea. It also lowers her armor, lowers her armor class, but that's something we'll just have to deal with. Ear-piercing scream, maybe? Summon monster? Sleep? Sleep's not bad, but almost everything in this game is higher than the sleep HD level, which are hit point dice or hit dice, depending on what version you read. Hideous Laughter's pretty good, though. We'll take that. We also get Haunted Eyes. We get a +4 bonus to saves against fear, curses, death, and necromantic effects, and we also get bonus equal to their bard level on lore religion checks. The Dirge may use mind affecting spells to affect undead as if they're living creatures. Let's go back for 1 sec then. I am curious. Knowledge religion, let's do that. He gets a big bonus to that. We'll keep the glaive, we'll keep Hideous Laughter. Yeah, that's a good idea. She can be our lore religion eventually, maybe. Alright, Camellia in this group is a spirit hunter and she's doing just fine at that. We're gonna give her Dex 20 and Trickery, of course, and Lore Nature, because we need her to chop things up eventually. We have a couple of choices here that I kind of want to look at. I'm just going to look at these really quickly and then pick one, and I'll show you guys what I'm going to choose. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I said to blow my nose mostly, and so there's a couple things we could choose from, right? So, for example, if we're going to keep her in melee, Ice Plant is a really good one. +2 natural armor to AC is really, really good. Protective Luck is okay if we cast it a lot. We can get a Secret, which is neither here nor there. We don't need nails. Ameliorating is pretty good as well. Chant is also good. Healing is not that great, to be honest. Okay. The warded creature... Actually, ward might be the best one. +2 deflection bonus to AC, +2 resistance on saving throws. And it lasts until the creature's hit or fails a saving throw. Okay. We can ward our tanks. She's not going to be melee anymore, by the way. She is using a bow? No, with this group we didn't put her at range. I'm pretty sure. Yes, I'm almost certain. Let me just make sure. Yeah, she's melee. So let's give her ice skin. It'll help keep her alive a little bit longer. Ward is good, and we may get it later, but for now she needs to actually stay alive. So ice plant gives her 2 more armor class, which she has a decent armor class now. Our Zen Archer is Zen Archering. He's dipped into Vivisectionist for sneak attack, good. We're going to give him Dexterity, so we can hit things more. And I think that's it for him. Point Blank Master is pretty good. Oh, we get a choice. It's going to be his longbows, obviously. Because that's his weapon of choice. Does he have a longbow right now? Composite longbow, okay, good. Do we have anything other than that? No. I think we get a magic longbow on the other part of the city, and we will go do that eventually again. Eldritch Scoundrel is perfectly fine for Woljif. He's pretty good at that. And... oh, we have more skills. Those ones. He gets some spells. We'll take Burning Arc. Actually, no. We're going to take... Mirror Image. Super good spell. Does he have access to Blur? And Blur, yes. 1 friendly creature. We can even cast it on our tank. Awesome. Done. Stigmatized Witch, of course. She's really, really good. Give her some charisma. And... not Lower Religion? Well, yeah, definitely Lower Religion. Overused Magic Device for sure. And then she's going to get Evil Eye, because she's really good at that. You can just stand back and do Evil Eyes. We're going to take Cure Moderate Wounds. We need more healing in our group, sure. And that's going to be the end of our leveling. Now we can do some other things. I think what we're going to do is come back to the middle, come back up here and finish this side. We can get a good bow for, oh god, I'm drawing a blank on his name. Lan. You know, the one guy. We also will probably need to drink some potions, honestly.
I tire of waiting.
How much strength she's lost. Anywho, athletics check is going to be a bit of a hassle.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Good job, Lan. Thank you. And we're going the wrong way. So, we're going to come up here. Oh, no, I am going the wrong way. This way. Right? Did I go the wrong... no, okay, we go over this way. Here we go, this is where we want to go. Got a little turned around there for a second, and we're going to turn on her ability Evil Eye as an automatic cast. We're going to make it so they get a negative...
Am I doing it wrong?
do this on autocast somehow. There it is, magic or Evil Eyes on autocast now. Yeah, negative 2 AC I think is pretty good. Maybe negative 2 to hit,
You're a good
although that
person.
probably much won't matter.
I like you.
Okay,
Are
and we're
we
going
in
to
trouble
do our
yet?
spells here. She has a new spell level. Gonna be Cure Moderate because we desperately need healing. Actually, we'll take a Bless with her as well. And she gets spells per day, so that doesn't matter at all. He gains 1 Blur and 1 Mirror Image. And that's all. Okay. This fight, we may need to rest beforehand.
Doubt
I don't know
is
for
the
sure if
heart's
I'm going to be able to do
greatest
it.
What's on your mind?
Otherwise,
I wonder.
There is no greater satisfaction than an overcoming
just going in
challenge.
first. Lower
That is,
nature
of
check,
course,
DC
until one
17.
day the
I am
challenge
helpful.
overcomes
The corpses were
Am
gnawed
I
to the bone by
not?
ghouls whose teeth were likely the cause of death. Go figure. I guess we could have came up here that way too. Up that little tree thing.
The light can retreat you.
Okay, we need to get into the
We won't falter.
mages as fast as possible. Use magic missiles. We got magic missile down, but I think we'll be okay. Nope, we died. We got burning arced while we were already dead. We need to get past the demons and go straight for the wizards. They're just the most annoying. Burning Arc is a very powerful second, well, it's not very powerful, but it's a pretty powerful second level spell. Especially if you fail the saving throws.
We are the light. Cover me, alright? By the darkness.
Just dodge through everyone. And we immediately died to critical hit. Super. Gotta love critical hits for 28 damage when you only have like 24 hit points total. Stupid. Critical hits.
Let us be off.
Let's wait for this demon to move. It's in a very annoying place. Okay,
Cover
go
me,
after the
alright?
evoker.
Can we retreat already?
Leave that one alone. Go after this one. And you two shoot that one. There we go. That worked perfectly fine. Yes, we can turn on turn-based mode, I know that as well, but it slows down the game so much. But we will use it for harder
Let's
fights,
move.
probably some boss fights, because some of those get intense.
I am helpful, am I
Oh,
not?
man, what a garbage treasure chest.
Follow me.
These people were not killed by demons, their mortal wounds were inflicted by ordinary weapons. We've adopted a tiger. And there's two things to do in this area. The first of all, we're going to go into the house. Now, in the Evil campaign, I read this
What's that?
book. That book there. It's a lot of
my
information,
path.
and we're gonna read it here anyways. But just to let you know,
March on.
it's gonna be a bit. It's like several
I
pages
hope you appreciate this.
of actual lore. Just reading it through. Let's do it though. See, look how long that is. Alright, here we go. Experiment day 1. Today I was able to catch a quasit. Aurora be my witness. It wasn't easy considering my humble physical condition. Luckily, it was a scrawny specimen, about 7 pounds, with a wingspan of about 2 1/3 feet. When it awoke, the quasit first tried to attack me, then ruined my clothes with caustic saliva. Day 3. I've begun my linguistic research. My goal is to study the language of the quasits. I'm quite convinced they have their own dialect. Through understanding their speech, I would be able to understand their way of thinking and convince them to rebel against their lord's tyranny. A revolution will roll through the abyss, and the powerless will rebel against their oppressors. I'm sure that Everbloom Milani will not refuse your patronage even to such creatures such as these, if they would break their chains of slavery. Unfortunately, progress is thus far insignificant. I've been able to catalog only 2 words, which I suspect must be rend and carrion. The quasit formed both words quite vividly when commenting on my person. While I was entering this record, the quasit managed to steal my watch, throw it in the chamber pot. Judging by his spiteful giggling, he's quite delighted about his little joke, and despite the naughty trick, I'm somewhat glad. Jokes and pranks are part of a cognitive communication, which I fully intend to establish with the specimen. I've grown more and more convinced that I made the right decision in leaving Absalom and Foray Logos, the so-called wise house. More like narrow-minded fools stuck in the past under the sway of their ringleader, that chatterbox, the fool of fools, Jubilos Narthropple. They've never appreciated the progressive nature of my theories. It's also a character from Kingmaker. Today the quasit almost bit my nose off while I fed him. In behavior to my shame, I beat him with a wand. Such behavior towards a sentient being is unacceptable, and I repented deeply. I've also run out of meat. The specimen and I will have to make do with porridge and soup. It's been 3 days since the specimen switched to a vegetarian diet. At first the quasit refused to eat plant-based food, but then ate some cabbage soup and poked at the porridge with his claw. His face looked so tragic. The specimen has completely lost all signs of aggression. At dawn I was woken by his moaning. The quasit was rolled up in a ball in the corner whimpering. Despite his dangerous appearance, it is quite impossible not to feel compassion towards the poor creature. I had to take prompt measures and give the specimen a laxative potion. The quasit now reacts to me with confusion and fear, but at least he's not suffering anymore. His gastrointestinal tract must have reacted unhappily to the unfamiliar diet. Day 10. What a great day. The switch to a completely plant-based diet is complete. The theory that quasits can only eat meat and carrion has been disproven. My eternal opponent, Sir Jubilost, will just have to drown himself in a river. The quasit has become peaceful and easygoing. He no longer tries to eat my boots or the feet inside of them. The specimen's behavior has become gentle and friendly. He shows some interest in ball games and physical exercise. I've named him Pecker. Today he initiated some communication and attempted to explain a new word to me. By all evidence, he was making up the word during the communication process, for there has never been such a word in the quasit language. The meaning, as I understand it, is safety, comfort, and calm. I see no need to keep Pecker on his chain. This experiment has convinced me that his vicious and evil traits attributed to quasits are acquired habits, not natural or inherent to their nature. Over these days, I have really grown fond of him, and by all evidence, Pecker likes me too. He's gotten used to napping on my knee while I'm writing my observations in my journal. Maybe someday this quasit will become my familiar. The current stage of experimentation is complete. Pecker and I are soon off to Absalom to present our findings before the professors at the Foray Logos, and to become a scientific sensation. On our way, we may make a small detour to Avestan so that Pecker will have a chance to better adapt to civilization. Hope the little trickster enjoys the journey. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear that that is going to be where they're going to go. And I think that that is the person that was writing right there. Definitely dead. We are going to have another small fight ahead of us. So, just as a side note, these fighters must have been caught off guard. They died before they could even draw their weapons. Their bodies are covered in a thin layer of ice that is slowly melting. So there's a door here, and there's a thing that says you can clear the blockage. Don't try to do that. It'll just cause you damage.
I'm here.
And there's a reason for that.
Where else would I be?
We're going to show you what that is.
Yes.
We're going to use this scroll here, which is the scroll of see invisibility. If I can find it in my inventory. There it is. We should save first. I think I did, but I just want to make sure.
You can handle
And
it.
there's now a shadow demon here.
This will leave a bruise. Just sit here. Don't worry about me.
We're just going to try and kill him. He hits pretty hard, and my group was pretty damaged to start with, but I think he's pretty close to death now. Now, unfortunately, we'd have no more sneak attack, but that's okay.
Did you see that?
We're doing 0 damage to him. Excellent. We can try and get someone up, I guess, but I don't think we have any healing left. No, we don't. Okay. We could enlarge person ourselves. Oh, we got our spell fail though. What does she have for spells available? None. How about you? What you got? Nothing. We may have to just reload and
Can it be
yeah,
the end?
let her tank it. Because without sneak attack, we can't really do much damage to it. It has a huge amount of damage reduction, and we don't have very many magic weapons yet. By that I mean we have basically no magic weapons yet. So I really should change this formation a tiny bit. We have it set to like this. But really this is a bad formation for our group. We're gonna go like this. Kinda like that. And then we're gonna put you and you like this. That's more of a formation that we should be having.
Let us be off.
No, that's a terrible
Adventures
formation.
await.
Okay. Put shield on. Can even cast a large person ahead of time. We'll have less armor, but whatever. Fine. Alright. Now we can use our scroll.
Save the last one for me.
There we go. Alright, everyone get into there
Cover me,
now.
all right?
13 damage. It's hitting us pretty hard. We're hitting it back pretty hard.
I'm wounded.
There we go. Much better. Now we can actually clear this with an athletics check. 18 to do so.
Well, this didn't go well.
It took us 4 hours to do so because we're in a time crunch with this group. We need these athletic checks to go well. Because we still have one more small quadrant of the city, and then we have to go to the Blackwing Library
The
fast.
mongrel did it.
There we go. Much better. So there's a chest back here. Lock 90, obviously.
I hope you
And
appreciate
it's got some
this.
stuff in it. Most specifically, though, it has a wicked longbow. It's got evil eye on her. Huh. She got evil-eyed.
We'll make things right.
Okay, anyways. Let's put the bow on someone, specifically Lan. It is a +1 wicked long, +2, sorry, wicked longbow. Does a lot more damage. And we're gonna go do one more quick thing, and then we're gonna call it a video. So maybe a slight bit longer than normal, but that is okay. Took a couple of attempts on the shadow demon, and a couple of attempts on a street fight, because we're just so low on life. If we didn't care about the Blackwing Library part, we could just rest as much as we wanted. Sort of. You also have to... Oh, we have to talk to Ramien as well. I didn't save. Hear me, take heed. The hordes of the Abyss march on Canaveras. The Ward Zone is their target. They must not be allowed to capture it. The consequences would be disastrous. Saving before we talk to Ramien. The golden-curled Osmar greets you with a graceful bow. So you found me. I have nowhere else to run. I'm at your mercy. Kill me if you wish, but I ask you to hear me out first. Why are you and Halrun feuding? Oh, I'm not feuding with him. I sincerely wish only the best for the man. In an ideal world, he'd be far away from the front lines enjoying a peaceful retirement. But even if that isn't possible, I've always tried to keep him, or help him fulfill the mission he has taken upon himself, and to which he has proven fatally ill-suited, protecting Canaveras against demons. Unfortunately, he is convinced that the followers of Desna are heretics and saboteurs. He refused to listen to me, and it was only the nightly orders that deterred him from including us in the witch hunt. No, there's clearly no one left to stand in the way. He's finally free to rid of us once and for all. Is there any chance you can resolve your conflict? I don't know. Halrun's faith is truly formidable, but not only his faith to Iomedae, but in his own infallibility. In other words, he's as hard-headed as a rock troll. But even so, Desna teaches us to never lose hope. Talk to him. Try to explain that we are fighting on the same side. If he attacks you, disarm him, bind his hands, but I beg of you, if at all possible, do not kill him. Did you really know about the demon attack before it happened? I did. We have a secret ally in the enemy's ranks. No one knows who this brave soul is, but she has been feeding us information about the demon's plans. These dispatches have come to us by the most reliable channel bestowed upon us by the great dreamer herself. They have come to us in dreams. Prelate Halrun brushed them off as meaningless reveries, and, well, I admit that it isn't always easy to distinguish our allies' messages from ordinary dreams. But even ordinary dreams are gifts from Desna and are always worthy of attention. The prelate, and all the crusade leaders for that matter, should have put less store in reason and more in intuition, inspiration, and spontaneity. What's more, not long before the attack on the city, a blind elf who calls himself the Storyteller arrived in Canaveras. This wanderer wasn't merely a collector of legends, but a scholar of the unknown. According to him, the wardstone in our city, the first and most important in the chain of wardstones, weakened since long ago. It was teetering on the brink of corruption. It seems that the Red Morning Massacre and other demon attacks, even the ones we fended off, did not leave us unscathed. Unfortunately, the prelate did not wish to listen to the Storyteller either. We're lucky he wasn't burned at the stake as a heretic. We had such vital information on our hands. Information that could have saved the city, but no one cared to listen all the way to the catastrophic end. Not all dreams have benign origins. What if these dreams were sent by demons? In a different time and place, someone would have perhaps become a victim of false dreams sent by monsters, but here, in the war with the Abyss, the goddess is keeping a close eye on her most faithful followers. I have no doubt that if a demon tried to intrude upon the dreams of any of us, Desna's punishment would have been swift. Tell me about the strange rituals to be performed on the wardstone. Ramien looked slightly abashed. When my attempts to open Halrun's eyes ended in failure, a few of my young adepts resolved to take matters into their own hands. They did not consult me before doing so, but I have never demanded iron discipline from my priests. Army commanders may have subordinates, but I have pupils and fellow worshippers. I can only inspire them, not command them. And it seems that they were inspired on their own. In other words, you get to preach whatever you want, but you don't have to take responsibility for your flock. You really got a maid. For pity's sake, how can I be responsible for the actions of others? These are not children we are discussing here, they're grown adults, endowed with their own free will at praise the goddess. Of course, we'll help one another, but in the final reckoning, each of us decides how we'll act and how each of us must answer for those choices. They had no ill intent, they wished only to access the wardstone in secret and try to cleanse it, but to Halrun this became perform a suspect ritual after hearing even more suspect voices in their dreams. The children wanted to save the city, but the Inquisitors detained them and almost killed them. I had to intervene. I used my authority and my power as a cleric to give them a chance to flee. If they hadn't gotten away, they were destined for a cell in the prelate's dungeons and quite likely death. Why haven't you left this place for somewhere safer? Because people might need help, and they will come to the temple in search of a priest. I will not hide away in a hole, saving my own neck, while Canaveras is full of people suffering in the wake of the demon's attack. I have to go. Wait, 3 of my adepts are hiding somewhere in the ruined city. The ones the Inquisitors wrongly accuse of treason. I beg of you, find them and protect them against the demons and vigilantes like Halrun. They'll not rest until they find them. If there's anything else you can do to save Canaveras, please do it. Stranger, wait, you spared Ramien despite what that mad Inquisitor told you. The young voice comes from nowhere. Oh, hang on, I forgot to move its spell. Hope Halrun's dogs aren't lurking nearby. A pale youth materializes before you. His face looks haggard from lack of sleep, but he's clearly pleased to be speaking to somebody. So you're one of the Desna adepts that tried to break into the wardstone. Yes, I am Ilks, a cleric of Desna. and one of the people who answered the call of the voice in dreams. Some unknown person made contact with us through our dreams, telling us about the demons' plans. We learned that the demons were planning to attack Kenabris and do something terrible to our wardstone, which already carries the taint of corruption. Prelate Holrun refused to heed our warnings. We had to make a choice. We could either throw up our hands and pull back, or take action even though it could cost us our lives. But what heartless person could stand by in the face of such a deadly threat? What were you planning to do with the wardstone? The young man hesitates. Our plan was to get to it and then follow our instincts. There were 3 of us, a cleric, a mage, and a bard. Between us, we know a lot. We're capable of a great deal. If we had time, I'm sure we could have figured out what's wrong with the wardstone and how to heal it, but they didn't give us time. Yes, the local commanders got roped into dealing with some idiot kids trying to break into the wardstone, apparently some of ours, but who even knows these days? Sela sighs. I know there's no evil in you, I can sense things like that, but what you did was so stupid and impulsive, someone could have got hurt. I know that from experience. So you decided that you needed to do something right away, and you did something right away. Great work. Lan gives a sarcastic round of applause. Like the city authorities would have done a better job, they weren't going to do a thing, even though it sounds like they knew about the danger. All they knew was that some crazies had weird dreams, but anyway, it's a little late to be trying to pin blame on people. How did you even come up with such a plan? How could we not come up with a plan? You sense the young man's temper rising. Listen, Desna is the goddess of luck, but luck, as many lay people would understand it, and luck as we, the followers of the music of spheres, see it, are far from the same thing. Other people believe that luck is something good that falls in your lap just because, like generous but unearned reward. But just because, like a generous but unearned reward. We see luck as a fundamental law of creation, according to which even the darkest hour of the most hopeless situation, a chance of rescue and change for the better can arise. But you gotta seize this chance when it presents itself, or better yet, create your own. The followers of Desna are not people who like idleness and inaction. That's why when Kenabris was in trouble, we did as the goddess taught us. We took the matter into our own hands and tried, in a moment of desperation, to pluck our chance from the hands of fate itself. You were trying to help. Can they punish you if you're trying to help? Is that allowed? Sometimes it's even necessary. I'm sick of all this Crusader infighting. It's not just infighting, it's a matter of life and death. It's about the path we're on. The adept stops short. Whose voice have you been hearing in your dreams? Nobody knows what it is, but everyone who has heard her, is convinced that she is a good and pure soul chosen by Desna. We had a choice. We could trust her, except that we had an ally somewhere who isn't afraid of all the armies of the Abyss, or we could drown in suspicions and get one step closer to becoming just like Holrun. We decided to trust the voice, and seeing Kenabris devastated, which is what our unknown ally tried to prevent until the very end, I can see now who had truth on their side. Where are your fellow worshippers, and how many of them are there? Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know where they are. We split up to confuse the Inquisitors who were chasing us. Do you need help? Desna teaches us to trust in last-ditch chances. Listen, my friends are called Arendae and Thal. Follow the Wallflower. Arendae is an amazing singer and a truly beautiful girl. She has plenty of friends and fans. She's probably blended in with the crowd somewhere. Wallflower is a mage, but I don't think he'll be risk using magic. He will only bring the Inquisitors down on him. He'll be harder to find. You better find Arendae first. She might know where Wallflower is. Please, find them and protect them against the demons and the Inquisitors. I will await news in the goddess's temple. I hope our mysterious helper will send some new message that will reveal what's to come from the demons. Good lord, there's a lot of talking in this particular area. We're going to the temple really quickly as well, because I want to loot it. And I think there's a lore nature check here. Nope, just a book. Some random junk. And it says, Altar of Desna, goddess of luck, patron deity of travelers and dreams. Well, that took way longer than I'd hoped for that little tiny conversation. Anyways, I'm going to leave you guys here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Take care.